The first feature of Malthus theory is disparity in the growth rate. First is disparity in growth rates. Write it down. Disparity in growth rates. ठीक है, इसमें you can write it. Malthus asserts that population growth, he asserts that population growth follows a geometric pattern. ठीक है, it follows a geometric pattern. Example 2, 4, 6, 12, etc. Whereas agricultural output growth, whereas agricultural output growth only increases only in arithmetic pattern. ठीक है, it only increases in what? Arithmetic pattern. And arithmetic pattern is what? It's like example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. As a result, the population growth let me see what it is written there. As a result, the population growth always overstrips का मतलब होता है exceeds. As a result, population growth always overstrips the growth of agricultural production. ठीक है, तो जिसके कारण population growth जो है, it will always overstrip the growth of agricultural production, and this leads to a perpetual state of poverty. ठीक है, तो this is because why there is poverty. Now, because what is happening is that the population, it rises in geometric progression, that is 2 का double करो 4, 4 का double करो 8, 8 का double करो 16, 16 का double करो 32, 32 का double करो 64. So it can all either double itself or it can triple itself. Geometric pattern ये होता है कि either it can double itself or it can triple itself or it can 4 times itself. But when it comes to agricultural production, then agricultural production only increases in what? Arithmetic pattern. And arithmetic pattern is what? Like 2, 4, 6, 8. मतलब वो double नहीं हो रहा है, but it is increasing either by 1, it is increasing either by 2, it is increasing either by 3. So that is what is happening. As a result, we can say that always the growth of population, it will override, it will overstrip the growth of agricultural production. And when population growth overrides the growth of agricultural production, then what happened? Then we can say that all of this will lead to what? Property. Okay? All of this will lead to what? Property. Sorry, poverty. Okay, got it? Now, the second point. Second point is implication of prosperity. Okay, it's implication of prosperity. Now, according to Malthus, the only way to increase prosperity is by controlling population growth. Okay, so only way to increase prosperity is how? By controlling population growth. Okay, that is what it is written here. यहाँ पे देखो वो क्या बोला है? Because population growth overstrips this, the only way to increase prosperity is to control the growth of population. ठीक है? But human beings, they have limited preventive methods. ठीक है? So it says that the only way to increase prosperity is to control population growth, because population growth always outstrips the production of necessary subsistence resources. So we have to control what? We have to control the population growth. And the third point is challenges in controlling population. Okay, so the next point, third point, it is with regard to the challenges in population growth. Okay, yeah, challenges in controlling population. Now, we all know that limiting population growth is difficult. Why it is difficult? Because there are only limited number of preventive checks. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो limiting या limiting, write it down, population growth, limiting population growth is difficult because there are only a limited number of preventive checks. There are only a limited number of preventive checks that can be implemented. Limited number of preventive checks that can be implemented, like number one, it is postponing of marriage. Number one is postponing of marriage. Second is sexual abstinence. Sexual abstinence. And this sexual abstinence, it's also called as celibacy. Please remember it. It's also called as celibacy. So here in your book also it is telling that unfortunately we human beings, we have limited ability to check population growth. So our ability to preventive checks are limited, and we have, like, we can postpone our marriage, or we can practice sexual abstinence. Sexual abstinence is that we do not have any sex. So that is what is called as celibacy. Okay? So this is the third thing which we can talk about. Then the role of natural checks. Fourth point, it is the role of natural checks. Natural checks in the sense there can be natural calamities like earthquake, okay? There can be flood-like situation. And these natural checks like famines and diseases, they are inevitable. Okay? Inevitable means they cannot be controlled, they cannot be checked. Okay? And it is not sure that when it will happen. So as a result, what happens? They can help in balancing, okay, the imbalance between food availability and the growing population. So role of natural checks may, we can say that Malthus, let's see what it is written in your book. Let me see the line. It says Malthus talks about positive check. Okay. So Malthus advocates certain positive checks. Okay, he advocates certain positive checks, that is natural checks like earthquake, famine, disease, etc., which are inevitable. Okay, which are what? Inevitable. Okay, so these positive check can help to balance the imbalance, ठीक है, these positive checks can help to balance the imbalance between food availability and the growing population. ठीक है, and the growing population. Objection number 1 was that sociologists, they argued that poverty, hunger, and other social problems, they are caused due to unequal distribution of economic resources. ठीक है, and it is not by the decrease in agricultural productivity. So the first objection was sociologists argued that poverty, ठीक है, poverty, hunger, and other social problems are due to the unequal distribution of economic resources and not due to decrease in agricultural productivity. ठीक है, and it is not due to the decrease in agricultural productivity. So the first objection was that it is not agricultural productivity which has resulted to problems like poverty, hunger, and other social problems. Then second thing is that with regard to the advancement of science and technology. Now the sociologists say that the advancement of science and technology, it has not limited agricultural production. So how can you say that agricultural production is the main reason? So the second point is the advancement of science and technology has not limited agricultural production. ठीक है, this has not limited agricultural production. And second thing is that ठीक है, has not limited agricultural production. And also it says that as the science and technology has increased, it has led to rise in the standard of living. इससे स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग में तुम्हारा राइज हुआ है. ठीक है, सो द पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ हैज ठीक है, द पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ हैज बीन credited by this science and technology. Because population growth के कारण, population growth तो increase हुआ ही है, but the standard of living of the people have also risen. So that is what is given here. So we can say that Malthus का ये जो है कि Malthus, it was challenged by the sociologist. Now what is the challenge? Let me see here. I'll show you the challenges here. Malthus, this is the first one, that Malthus, he was criticized by liberal and Marxist scholars for asserting that poverty was caused by population growth. The critics argue that the problem like poverty and starvation were caused by the unequal distribution of economic resource rather than population growth. And an unjust social system allowed, because the social system was unjust, as a result, what has happened is that the privileged and the wealthy minority, they are living a luxurious life, whereas the majority of the people, they are living a life of poverty. ठीक है? So this is what is Malthus theory.
अब एग्जाम की तैयारी को और बेहतर करने के लिए हमारे चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें।